No, this is damning. It really is. I got to tell you. You see this quote. Quote, "It wasn't a championship locker room." Wow. Wow. Okay.
A'ja Wilson didn't hold back. She just took a bold swipe at her former teammates who walked away during free agency, and it sent shockwaves through the WNBA. At the same time, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are turning heads, suddenly being touted as legitimate championship contenders. So what's really happening here? Has free agency completely reshaped the league? Let's dive in and unpack it all.
I don't get any of that without every single teammate along the way. And I'm so grateful to be able to play with just, and I said it on the broadcast before, just selfless women. They give it their all every single day, and they're their pure selves. And that's what I love the most. And I'm trying not to get emotional.
Well, that clip didn't age well. From "I love playing with my teammates" to "it wasn't a championship locker room." Talk about a plot twist. After her entire squad bounced in free agency, A'ja Wilson finally broke her silence. And in true A'ja fashion, she didn't hold back. She called it like she saw it, saying, word for word, "It wasn't a championship locker room." Shots fired.
Quote, "It wasn't a championship locker room," Wilson said. I mean, out of the gate, going into training camp, I was like, we ain't got it. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. I always told myself, we're going to get it. We're going to check each box, but we didn't. Oh, man. Unbelievable.
Oh, okay, A'ja. So what was it then? A daycare center? Because last I checked, the Aces had all the talent in the world. Yet when free agency hit, players couldn't leave fast enough, like their contracts were on fire. So when she says it wasn't a championship locker room, what exactly does that mean? Is she implying the Aces weren't built to win? Because they did win. Twice. Back to back. So are we supposed to believe they were just pretending the whole time? Because if I'm a fan, I'm staring at my A'ja Wilson jersey like, wait, were we frauds this entire time?
For KP and A'ja, just how important has Chelsea been in this matchup for you guys?
Come on, Andy, you know the question for that. You know the answer for that. What do you mean how important? She's our point guard. She's our leader. So come on now, Andy, you know the answer to that. Chelsea's very important to us.
From saying players are important to calling it not a championship locker room. Wow. So is A'ja really saying the ones who left just weren't built for greatness? Because let's be real, Alicia Clark is a seasoned vet and a defensive specialist. And then there's Sydney Colson, her best friend, who still dipped, even though she didn't really want to stay. Now look, I'm no detective, but if every key piece of the team eventually chose to walk, at some point, you've got to look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I the problem?
So the Las Vegas Aces have lost basically their entire team. Almost their entire team is gone from last year. They've lost basically everyone. If we want to look at the Vegas Aces team from last year, who's still remaining? The MVP? Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray.
Because, A'ja, sweetheart, it's looking real lonely over there. Y'all went from being the cool kids in the cafeteria to the table in the back that nobody wants to sit at. You want to talk about not having a championship locker room? Let's be honest. That vibe shifted the moment everyone started realizing they were just supporting cast members in the A'ja Wilson show. She's up here racking up MVPs, soaking in the spotlight, getting all the praise, while the rest of the squad is expected to just smile and be thankful they get to exist in her orbit. But guess what? They weren't feeling it anymore, and now they're gone.
Boy, was I in shock when I just read that ESPN has reported that Sydney Colson is signing with the Indiana Fever. I am so curious about what A'ja Wilson has to say. I can only imagine that it is, very professional. That was not on my bingo card.
Chelsea Gray was out there carrying the Aces playoff run, yet all anyone ever talked about was A'ja. The team got tired of it, so when free agency came, they did what was best for them. Not everyone wants to play second fiddle to someone who threw them under the bus on the way out. And Kelsey Plum? Yeah, she's gone too. Imagine waking up and realizing everyone who helped you succeed just disappeared. A'ja thought she made her point with that not a championship locker room line, but it looks like she just served herself.
Because in comparison to other teams, this is one of the weakest teams there has been. This is genuinely one of the weakest, sorry, not weakest teams in comparison to other teams that could win a championship. Like, this team is not as good as the Chicago Sky 2021. They have one better player. That might be it. Chicago Sky 2021 was at least deep.
So now, Aja, are you going to prove everyone wrong? Can you lead this team to another ring with half a roster? Or are we about to witness the fast downfall of one of the greatest super teams in NBA history? Because one thing's for sure, everybody who left is going to be thriving.
There is a huge thing that you all have to keep in mind, is that the Las Vegas Aces do not have a GM right now. They let go of their GM a couple months ago, and they have not put anyone in that place. And so, hey, Nikki Fargas and Becky Hammond are trying to make some wonders without an actual GM. So let's get into specifically what has been happening. So the latest departures for the Las Vegas Aces include 2 heavy hitters off the bench and 2 former 2023 and 2024 Sixth Players of the Year.
Imagine you just left a team for a fresh start, and here comes Aja Wilson throwing shade. She really sat there saying, "Oh, so you all left Kelsey Plum and Sydney Colson? You're fake for that. Ma'am, do you pay their bills? Are you mad that not everyone wants to be part of your Aces?" It's getting bitter. It's giving I thought we had something special. Newsflash, Aja, not everyone wants to be stuck in Vegas under your ego. Some people want change. Some prefer teams that don't act like a high school clique. The way she said it, just rude. Imagine leaving for a new chapter, only to hear Aja questioning your loyalty like she runs the league.
Staley taught her that a winning team should, quote, look, sound, and feel a certain way. I gotta tell you, there's a lot that one could take out of that right there. Wilson said that the Aces didn't meet those standards.
Let's talk about that MVP real quick. Aja makes sure everyone knows she won it. We get it, you got the trophy, but that doesn't make you the moral compass of the league. You don't get to decide who stays or leaves, or who's worthy of your friendship bracelet. And the hypocrisy? If the Aces picked up someone else, would Aja be talking about loyalty? No, she'd be celebrating. But when players leave her team, suddenly you all left Kelsey and Sydney. The double standard is crazy. You're not the commissioner, you're just a player. Basketball is a pro sport, not a sisterhood. Let these players live their lives. Kelsey is good, and so is Sydney. They're not out here crying over departures. So why is Aja making it her problem?
What's up, Vegas? We got the dub. Heading back. See y'all on Tuesday.
All right, the Indiana Fever just did it again. And what I told you, they was not done yet. They just found Caitlin Clark, backup point guard, and Sydney Colston, who will be playing in Athletes Unlimited this week. She came from the Aces. She signed a 1-year deal with the Indiana Fever. The Indiana Fever are on a mission, and they are not stopping.